input we get from the membership. I'm sure there are going to be questions. We're going to try and answer as many as we can without compromising our legal position. This is a meeting of the Board of Directors of the Mateel, and as such, members will have priority for expressing opinions and asking questions. Once I'm done, we'll hear from our attorney, and after that, we'll open it up to your comments and questions. It's not going to be a direct dialogue between each of you and the board, but we'll try and answer as many questions as we can. If it's your turn to speak, please give your name and tell us whether or not you're a Mateel member. We hope you'll speak respectfully and keep your remarks under 2 minutes. If you're not a member but want to speak, you can push yourself up in the pecking order by joining the Mateel over at the table here. Okay, so we've tried to persuade Carol and Tom to buy us out with an upfront payment that's substantial enough for us to consider. That's gone nowhere. It seems they'd rather go to court. We further don't think Carol and Tom will agree to any settlement offer that has the Mateel putting on its own Reggae on the River show the first weekend of August in Piercy. Our belief is, once again, they'd rather go to court. We've been trying to negotiate a deal that lets the Mateel get money from the show they might put on. As most people know, going to court has lots of perils for all concerned. Bill Bragg is representing the Mateel in its litigation. He'll speak to those issues and will help us try to answer questions. Obviously, we're not going to divulge details of our legal strategy at this meeting. Okay, so now some of the details you've all been waiting for. This is an outline of the settlement offer that we're contemplating. People Productions and Tom Dimmick will have the right to put Reggae Rising on the first weekend in August at the Reggae on the River site. The Mateel will receive a per-ticket fee for each ticket sold to the show for 9 years, all funds to go through some third-party escrow agent who will dole out the funds direct to us and to them according to this contract. Based on the county's permit for the show, this should generate at least $2.1 million if their shows are sold out. There will be strict controls on wristbands to ensure compliance with county limits. These will be enforced by the third-party agent who will be chosen by the Mateel. That would probably be a CPA firm. The Mateel will retain the rights to Reggae on the River, and based on community input and committee activity, could revive the community-based festival many have said they'd like to see out of Reggae on the River. The Mateel will have virtually no connection to People Productions except to receive payments from the escrow agent and to review their reports. If for any reason they decide not to do their show, they have to give us 10 months notice, and we have the option to pick up the use of the permit and do a show of our own under the permit. All lawsuits would be dropped. None of this is agreed to. This is what we put out. Other issues that have to be addressed in any settlement. Limitations on our use of the Reggae on the River name, security considerations to ensure adherence to permits, and limitations that some people have suggested that should be on People Productions' use of the hall. Please keep in mind we're holding the meeting to get member input before making any deals. We value that input. Here are a few ideas and questions to keep in mind as you think about what you're hearing. Do you think we should make any kind of deal at all? What kinds of safeguards are needed for any deal that's made? And if you don't support a deal and support a lawsuit, where are the tens of thousands of dollars to keep any lawsuit going to come from? I'd like to introduce the Mateel's attorney, Bill Bragg, who's representing us in this litigation, which so far has cost the Mateel over $100,000. And he'll outline where things stand in the legal arena.